Hey now. Welcome to Two Local Radio. I am your host, Ray Ray.
And I'm Chrissy D.
And today we have the very, very talented Megan Odom. She's a R&B slash hip-hop slash with the spice of rock mix from Knoxville, Tennessee. A very talented artist. Let's all welcome Megan Odom.
Hi. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you sound so happy.
I am happy. I'm very happy, actually. I'm just sitting here chilling, talking to some cool people. Just got back, confirmed a show in Knoxville, so I'm pretty excited.
All right, so you're a little bit away from home, considering you were born out in Texas and then you were raised out in Wyoming. What made you come out to Knoxville?
Well, actually, it was one of those, I was still a teenager at the time. And, when you're a teenager, you kind of have to do what your parents say. So, I came out here with my mom and my siblings. And after that, actually, I didn't stay long. I graduated high school from here, and then I ran off to New York City for a while.
How'd you like it out in New York?
Oh, it was great. Actually, it was really cool. Really, really big. Of course, not as big as Texas, but lots of stuff to do. It's a city that never sleeps, so it was really exciting to me.
Was it different from Texas, though?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Especially the people. Like Texans and Tennesseans and, mostly people from the South. They have kind of a really warm, welcoming, aura about them. Not New York. Not at all.
No, that you look at them the wrong way and they kind of look at you like they're going to kill you.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like, move out of my way, asshole.
Yeah, I mean, they're not friendly at all.
No, not really.
All right, so you come from a very musical background.
I do.
Why don't you tell the audience some of the things that you did prior to, being a performer, a professional performer?
Well, I mean, I've always been, I've always considered myself musically inclined, It's kind of weird because, I don't know, I guess I never expected to take it this far. I'm 27 now, and I guess I didn't follow my plan at all. You know how, like, when you're in high school, you have a plan. You know what I mean? I mean, not everybody, but I did. And, I sang my whole life. I've been singing and writing and composing and creating since I could walk, talk. It all kind of stemmed from Disney. Those Disney movies. So, I've always been musical. I've sang in choir competitions. I've been in, karaoke competitions and won, a couple of times. And I've always been really, really creative. I'm not only just a musical artist. I'm also an artist. So, kind of got the best of both worlds there.
No, there you go.
Mhm.
So, which of the projects you worked on, because you worked on, with the Core of Oddity, as well as with Dread, did you like most, and what was different between the two?
Well, the Core of Oddity was a band that Dread and I had started way back when I had first come to New York City. And it's kind of unfortunate because actually that band broke apart due to our keyboardist. He had a heart attack and died.
Oh, no.
And
That's
that was really, it kind of sucked. It was a really big blow for both of us. It was not a fun time. But, after that, Dread and I, we kind of, we ran with the torch and kept the music going. And that project, the one with Dread, Megan Dread, actually, it's still very, very fresh in my mind, actually. Music is great. I think Dread and I think we wrote and we composed a lot of really great stuff, and I got to give it to Dread. He's been in the music business, golly, since he could walk and talk, and he's a very, very brilliant dude. I will give him that. Musically, he's done some big things in music, and in his life too. He's had a lot of accomplishments, and so that's pretty cool. He was actually the one that kind of pushed me to continue music, because after the keyboardist died, I was like, well, to hell with this. I think I'm just going to go ahead and bail out. But we kind of talked and made it a thing with us that we would carry on together, and we played numerous shows, and we really were all about promoting peace and love and unity. It's kind of like Alanis Morissette meets Bob Marley, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I was going to say one of your songs, you do kind of sound like Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Yeah, actually she was a really big influence on me, when I was younger in the 90s. I love 90s music, always have. I mean, I love all types of music, but 90s is really, I grew up listening to 90s because I was born in the 80s. So, Alanis Morissette, the Cranberries, and, and then I even, I love, I don't know, I try to take influences and elements from, other people's songs and kind of, mix them in with my own and incorporate them my way, my style. So.
Yeah, exactly. You're extremely talented. Tell us about when you did that One World video, what that was like, and you said it was peace and unity. Well, what was the backstory behind it?
Well, okay, so Dread and I have this love for animals, and so does Dread. We love the earth, the trees. He's actually from Trinidad and Tobago, British Commonwealth. So, yeah, he's a Brit. And, both of us, we've always loved nature. And, I'm a very firm believer in giving back to the earth, because the earth does provide, especially with the animals. And I just kind of find it sad on how, humans, how we treat one another and how we treat the animals and the earth, there again.
I agree
yeah.
It is sad because you know what? I have a bunny rabbit and I love them to death. And someday my dream is to own a bunny rescue and rescue bunnies. So I know where you're coming from on that.
Right, exactly. And see, I love to connect and network with people like that because it kind of restores your faith in humanity, especially in those times where you're like, God, what the hell? You know what I mean? What the hell are these people thinking?
Especially with all the killings. There was a thing on, I think it was, Facebook it was on, of a girl, these two girls, it was caught on video of them fighting, and one girl actually took a shovel and hit the other girl in the head. That girl ended up dying. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, it just shows her falling down and stuff.
It's so crazy because, we're so disconnected from one another, and again, the earth, we're so disconnected from that. We're more focused on things that are, I don't know, really superficial, I guess you could say. I mean, don't get me wrong, technology and stuff, it's great, and it allows me to push my music out there, along with all these other talented artists and things like that. But when it comes right down to it, if you want the truth, I don't give a damn about technology, to be honest with you. I really don't care. I kind of feel like maybe I'm here to, and that's kind of how Dread and I felt. We were kind of here to spread just peace and unity, if we could, through our music to other people, and, maybe show them a different way, give them a different perspective.
Well, the One World, I believe that's the name of it, video is absolutely, fantastic and whatnot. I really enjoyed it, and I've been, sharing it with, everybody.
Oh, thank you.
But I want to know where you came up with the idea of doing the ABCs.
Well, actually, okay, so my producer, who was also Dread's producer, he produced both projects, my solo project and the World Peace Project. He is a Detroit native. His name is Kevin Dixon. We all call him the Maker because golly, this man is amazing. He can produce almost anything. So we call him the Maker of all music, and the Maker for short. And anyway, by the way, everything that was done, I'm talking to you now, actually, from a little home studio in a house located in Sevierville, Tennessee. This was all done in a studio. Tiny, tiny little room. I'm sitting in this itty-bitty little room. And it just goes to show you how good this man, is. He knows his stuff. Anyway, he's a Detroit Motown native. He plays trumpet for the Nate Evans Temptations Review. Now, if you know Nate, and if you know anything about Nate Evans, he sang with the original Temptations.
Nice.
And and he's actually a really good buddy of mine, and the Makers. So, like I said, I was hoping to have him here, but he had a prior engagement. So, but yeah, Kevin, he has created. He's done a lot of music, a lot of music. From way back when. Actually, his band, he had a band called Energy, and his band auditioned Anita Baker, and I guess she didn't make the cut at that point. So, but he's done a lot of music for a lot of rappers, a lot of artists. These rappers came into his studio in Detroit, and I mean, these were hard guys, guys that have hit the streets, and selling dope and drugs and whatever. And, they came into his studio and he gave them a shot on the mic and realized that these guys, they're sensitive. They just want to be creative. And so he'd create beats for them and, they'd rap and whatever. And, he had, his experiences with them. And, then something brought him here to Tennessee. He just picked up and came here and, wanted to see what was shaking in Knoxville. And anyway, the ABC song came out of one of those tracks. I was just, going through some tracks with him, and, I heard it, and I liked it, and I didn't really know what to do with it. And, I'm sitting here thinking, God, this is a bomb-ass track. What the hell am I going to put on here? And I don't know, just ABC just came to me. And I figured, hey, if little kids like it, if adults like it, hey, that's great. But to be honest with you, I didn't know, honestly. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. And so I just started A, B, C, and it worked. And I was like, hey, if Michael Jackson can do it, why can't I? So.
All right, well, I'm going to introduce you to Tempo over here with the T.
What's going on? This is Tempo.
Hello, how you doing, man?
I'm sorry, I'm always late. I'm known for being
You're
late.
always late.
Yeah.
Better you than me, right?
Yeah, I'm always late. I'm sorry. It's my fault. Hey, I got a question for you. What types of music do you like? Like genre wise, what would you say your top three are?
Well, you know what? Honestly, I can't really tell you. I love all types of music. I'd like to consider myself a multi-genre artist. I don't know. Even if it's not really my thing or people don't think that I should sing it, I don't care. You know, I love everything. I love everything from jazz to hip-hop to rap to, you know, ska, you name it, you know. I love it. Even country. And I know people have got this big thing, you know, whatever. But I actually grew up singing country music, first and foremost. Disney and country were probably one of my two biggest influences. So.
Well, being from Texas, I would imagine that would be a huge influence.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
A lot of rappers, too.
Yeah. And, you know, it's really kind of hard to just pick one, you know, because I just get inspired by so many different elements, you know, in different genres, and so.
I was, I actually walked into the studio here, and when I was walking in, I overheard the part where you were saying that you were like a very pet-friendly person.
I am. I'm actually going to be one of those crazy cat ladies when I get to be like 90 years old.
I know one of those people. She's depressed. I mean, it's snow. Yeah.
I think that's me already, you know.
Hey, just like I say, when I walked in, I heard, you know, overheard you talking about that. Have you ever heard of an event called Tomorrowland?
No, I don't think so.
It's got like Tiesto and a bunch of other really, really popular electronic DJs, and it's kind of like a modern Bonnaroo, but for like
very cool
electronic music. Yeah, and it actually started out overseas in like Belgium and everything else as electronic music, and it actually came to the U.S. Last year, and it's coming back this year as well. It's called Tomorrow World here in the U.S. You should probably check that. I mean, you could definitely check it out online, and you know, whenever you get a chance there, like on YouTube. Yeah, it's amazing. I am going this year.
Oh, sweet. Well, hell yeah, I'll definitely check it out. And I'm sorry, you said it's called Tomorrow?
Yeah, you could. It's Tomorrowland is the one
Tomorrowland.
Yeah, and then Tomorrow World is the one here in the U.S. because it is stationed overseas, but they brought it to the U.S. and the only place they do it in the U.S. is in Atlanta. It's in September, I believe, the 22nd through the 25th. Don't quote me on that, but I do know it's a Thursday evening. They do the lighting ceremony, and it's kind of like this. Have you ever heard of the Stick Man?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but with electronic music.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, very cool.
All right, back to you. So what made you come up with the, you know, Baby I Love You?
Well, again, you know, another track, bomb-ass track by the Maker. And I don't know, I really wanted to, you know, write an R&B song because I had been listening to a lot of R&B artists. And one in particular here had come in, and, you know, I was just listening to some of her stuff, and I'm like, God, this chick is like, wow, you know. And I'm not really an R&B singer, so I kind of thought, well, maybe mine will be a little softer, kind of like Janet Jackson. And I don't know, I just wanted to try it, you know, and just see what came out, and I think it came out pretty cool.
All right, cool.
So, you know, after all this peace, love, and harmony and all this stuff, I want to know, where did that other song come from?
The other side of me you should have known.
There you go. Because we all absolutely love that song.
Do you? Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, actually, believe it or not, that song was inspired by a mixture of relationships. Actually, it came about, what really inspired me to write it was, number one, the track was amazing. You know, the Maker did an excellent job on it. I fell in love with it, you know, from the time that I heard it. And it's different because, you know, I had never actually written a rap song. If you want the truth, that's my first one. So, you know, my thoughts were, well, you know, the song is, I don't know, it sounds serious, but yet I think it can be really smooth and cool. If you, that's the best way I know how to describe it. So anyway, my first serious relationship, and actually the song is, you know, if you listen to it, it sounds angry, but it's kind of more, yeah, thanks. It's more, believe it or not, it was inspired because I was in a fantastic relationship before I got, before any of this happened with Dread and all of that. I was in a really awesome relationship, and I ruined it. I messed it up really bad. And, of course, I was young and dumb. You know, when you're young, you're, not exactly the smartest thing in the world. But so it was actually kind of, my feelings, maybe connecting with the other person and maybe trying to, I don't know, I guess I just realized, what I had done to this person. And I tried to think about how I would feel if I were them. And that's kind of what came out. And then actually my best friend and sister, family member, whatever you want to call her, she's the closest person to me, Kayla Cole. She's on my Facebook. I love this girl to death. She listened to the song before I had released it, and she was like, oh my God, this is amazing, and it sounds like it's describing my relationship, except she had the complete opposite. Her, first relationship ruined their relationship. So, I was, messing around with it, and I tried to kind of make it relatable to, other people, and maybe what, people go through and how they feel and whatnot. So, yeah, like I said, it's a mixture.
The thing I love about it, though, is the fact that it's like from like an average, woman's perspective, but it's real. You normally get, this honky-dory, crying shit or, like country stuff and whatnot, which is cool. But what you did is you made it real. You made it, what women are actually thinking and, the anger that they have inside, a kind of shit.
And the thing is when I first heard that song, I just pictured this, like, it kind of being like a sassy but serious, like, like something's gone on. This is what's happened, but I'm not kidding,
Exactly.
So
Actually, my one of my fans on Reverb Nation, they actually described it, and I think they put it so well. They said it sounds tough and sweet at the same time. And, so I totally agree. Tough and sweet. And I don't know, sometimes I'll be honest with you, it kind of humbles me because it's amazing to me how people perceive it because I've got so much emotion and so many, like I said, it's a mixture of relationships. It doesn't, just focus on one certain relationship.
But did you write it as a like a poem, or was it was like scribbled down, or was it just off the top of your head anger? Or, that's what I want to know.
You know what? Believe it or not, the first verse I freestyled that, and I didn't think that I could because number one, I guess you could say, I'm an average white chick living in Knoxville, Tennessee. And don't get me wrong, there are amazing rappers here, and their delivery and just their lyrics they're fantastic, especially the ones that come through my studio, mine in the Maker's studio. They're really, really good. And so it just kind of inspired me. I was like, well, damn, I want to write a rap. I don't know if, how it's going to turn out, but I really wanted to do one. And it just happened, it just happened to come along at that time that I was feeling that anger and that, sadness but so yeah, it did. It was stemmed from that, a lot of anger, a lot of sadness, a lot of emotions, and it just all came together that way. I don't know. Can't really describe it. It just happened.
Yeah, and the thing is and when I was listening to it, it actually kind of sounded like quite a few mixed emotions to it. But as I said before, it had that sassy sound. But then again, this chick's serious, and that's what I got from it.
Yeah, yeah.
And what I loved about it is, it didn't sound like the average, white girl trying to rhyme. It just had, a different flavor, like, Alanis Morissette-ish, meets rap. It was just different. It's not something you hear every day.
Well, thank you.
Hold on. Snow wanted to say something.
Sure.
It had a good flow to it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. It was just my feelings. I wanted it to be real, and I didn't want to try to sound like I was somebody that I wasn't. And, I just kind of wanted to see where it would go, in all honesty. And next thing I know, it took me to number 1 on Reverb, so I was like, well, damn, that's kind of cool.
Number 1 on Reverb.
There you go.
Wow.
I'll tell you something. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, I honestly didn't know. I didn't know. How long did it take to go to number 1? I mean, was it fairly quick or?
I'm actually listed in the other, I guess you could say, genre. They have specific genres, and then they have the other, So I guess I'm number 1 in the other because my music is a mixture of all kinds of shit.
I think first place is first place, no matter what contest you're in.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Don't downgrade yourself account of it.
Oh, no. I just, what, like I said, I'll be honest with you. That's great that I'm number 1 and wonderful, but I'm not sure that without my team and without my, the few select people that I'm around, that would have never happened in the first place, to be honest. So,
but
I got to give credit where credit is due. My producer is fantastic. He really deserves the best and a lot more. So that's why the track is...
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying that's why the track is so badass, because of him and his awesome mixing abilities and composing abilities. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I wrote the lyrics and I wrote the melody, but without his his production, and then of course without the relationships that I went through, none of it would have even existed. So
Exactly. But not only that, but you don't do it for being number 1. You do it because of the love of music and the love of what you do.
Yes, exactly. I mean, honestly, I don't give a damn if I'm number 1 or number 21 or 2001. I don't give a shit. I just love to create, and I love to be real, and just be me. That's all that I know how to be. Me. And, me might change, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, but I guess it comes with, learning and experiencing. I think that we're all here to experience. So
what are you currently working on?
Right now I am, I'm actually just trying to push, the projects that I have out there, and I'd like to start gigging more, and creating, a pretty big fan base, so I can connect with other artists and start doing some live shows. I haven't been gigging all that much because I've been, so focused on, getting my my songs out there. But yeah, I'd really like to start touring, and kind of see where that goes, and then I don't know, maybe hit the studio later on after that and see what else happens. I think I need to have more experiences before I write anything else.
Okay, all right. Hey, real quick, who would you like to do a song or an album with? Is there one person out there in particular, or what was it?
You want to be a person that's dead or alive?
No, alive. Yeah.
Some people go to pick.
Golly, that's kind of a hard question.
Sorry, I ask everybody this.
That's okay. There's so many amazing artists out there. Wow.
I didn't mean to
I have to say, no, it's okay. I'm just, kind of, because there's so many things about different artists that I just absolutely love. I don't know, I guess I'm going to go with Alanis because, yeah, she rocks. She's a badass.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, did you write most of yours, or were you helped with some of it? As you said before, a lot of the songs you have there is like by past experiences and stuff. And you said before you really try to put anything else out, you say you need to kind of experience some other things, like go on tour possibly and travel. How did you actually come about and just decide, hey, you know what, I'm going to try to do this?
Well, I've always wanted to be, I've always been an artist, I guess, in my own right, I guess you could say. And, I guess you have that dream of, someday I guess I want to be famous and, have all the lights shine on me and, yada, yada, yada. And then, I don't know, there kind of came a turning point, I guess you could say, maybe when I hit 22, where I was like, well, shit, I don't really, I don't need to be famous. In the words of Patsy Cline, I don't want to be rich. I just want to live good.
That's a good way of looking at it, actually.
Yeah. And, yeah. So, I just, I'd love to make a living at what I do. Or I honestly can't picture myself doing anything else other than being in the entertainment industry in some form or fashion. So.
All right. Well, you said that you do a lot of art and whatnot. What kind of, as far as art, that can be, taken a lot of different ways. Are they like paintings, or what exactly in the art field are you known for?
Painting, it really abstracts things, in all honesty. I like to create stuff. I like to put things together that don't quite fit, obviously, and make them work. So, a lot of art. I do a lot of stuff with pastels, and I've done some watercolors, and, I've even done some face painting, body art. Really like body art. I think body art is very cool. And it's ironic because I don't, I would probably never, get any more tattoos. I have 2, so. But, not only music, I like to decorate. I like to, create little trinkets and things like that for like Halloween or, some kind of seasonal something, do a lot of paper mache, done a lot of paper mache when I was younger. So, I made a piñata before, my own piñata. That was interesting.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know, just things that, keep your creativity flowing.
Tempo's going to take a wild guess, but are you a Pinterest fan?
A Pinterest? I am.
Okay, all right. Snow is too. That's why I figured I'd ask. And you were talking about, you said you have 2 tattoos, and you don't think you really want any more. I was in the Navy, and I actually realized then that the body is actually like a walking canvas. Like I've seen some amazing art on these guys.
Oh yeah.
And I mean the detail, and now they get these like 3D tattoos. Like,
oh, I know. Those are so awesome looking. Wow.
yeah.
Very, very cool. I like those a lot. I don't know. I think I'd be too chicken shit to get one, but.
Okay, so outside of like music and art, what other things are you doing when you're not doing music?
Wow. Well, you know, I mean, outside of that, I like to obviously spend time with my animals. I like to go hiking. You know, I like to, you know, spend time with friends but still it all kinds of, you know, leads back to music. I don't think there ever is a day where I'm really not doing something musically, you know, whether it's promoting or writing or singing or, you know, while I'm walking, you know, even I like to go hiking a lot, you know, walk in the mountains and, you know, through the little walking trails and such. And I'm always creating and coming up with, you know, ideas. I like to write scripts too. You know, I've got a friend, he and I are actually working on 2 movies, and we're actually going to participate in the, what do you call that, the 24-hour film festival for Knoxville.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so, yeah, if I'm not doing music, then I'm writing scripts and, you know, movies.
You kind of sound like are you like a fan of like photography? Do you like to take pictures?
I like to take pictures. Whether I'm good at it, it's kind of questionable, but I you know, I more so like to direct things and create things and watch them come to life through other people. And that's another thing too. Actually, I do a lot of writing, not just for myself, but other artists. I have, you know, songs that I would actually like other artists to, you know, if they'd be interested in covering them, you know, like that would be totally cool with me, because I realize that I, you know, only have a certain type of, you know, voice, and, you know, where my music might be, you know, multi-genre or whatnot, my particular style, you know, kind of resonates in that Alanis Morissette type Cranberries feel. And so, yeah, I like to create for other artists as well. And, you know, and music and movies, if you will.
All right. Yeah. So as you said before, you really would like to go like out and tour. That way, you know, you get your music out there and your name and what you believe in as far as music goes. If you were to, we'll say you start this tour, okay, and you get maybe 5 or 6 other local artists, where do you think you would really focus your starting point at? Would you start in Knoxville, Nashville, Atlanta, or have you even, you know, got that far as where you would like to start?
I'm not really sure. What's kind of funny about that is, you know, and I was talking to my friend James. That's the guy that I write with a lot for this the movie scripts and such. And I was telling him that, you know, it's kind of interesting that I guess my biggest, the fans that are, you know, most interested in my stuff are not actually from Knoxville, but they're in California. And I don't know, so I just kind of thought that was interesting. And what was even more interesting was that, you know, my friend actually has an open invitation to go out to California. So naturally I told him that, you know, he has to take me with him if he leaves. So,
right.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good starting point.
Huh? I'm sorry?
I said that sounds like a good starting point. I mean, California, if that's where a majority of, you know, your fans are,
Right. I think it's kind of interesting. It skipped clear across to Cali, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Go out there to Muscle Beach and watch these guys lift cars for fun.
Right.
That's not
right.
Tempo. Tempo can't do that.
But yeah, well, I think and I guess I'm most popular. What's interesting about that? The song "The Side of Me You Should Have Known," is most popular with the guys, which I find very interesting. Males, especially amongst 24 to ageless, I guess.
I think it may be like that, like I was saying earlier, the sassiness but serious. Like you don't want to mess with a girl. Right.
And the girls may actually be like thinking it, but they're not going to tell you because women have a tendency of being jealous.
Yes, that is true, and I've had to deal with a lot of that. I mean.
And Chrissy D said in Caddy as well.
Oh, definitely, Caddy, and I don't like that. I don't deal with that too well, which is probably why I don't really hang around a lot of females. I've got select few that I do. So, yeah.
But what I was going to say is, if you can, you've already dealt with, living out in New York and living out in, Texas, the big life and the small life. I don't see a problem living out in California, how you'd have any kind of issue whatsoever.
No, probably not. I mean, other than, if a damn earthquake happens, I'm out. But other than that, I hope I don't fall off a fault line there somewhere. Other than that, we're cool. I mean, it sounds pretty awesome, actually. Wherever my life takes me, I look forward to it.
Real quick, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Ray.
No, you're fine.
What I was gonna ask is if you can, in 5 years, where do you see yourself, or where would you like to see yourself?
Oh, wow.
That's Tempo does this a lot. I'm sorry, put people on the spot.
Right. Well, I mean, I hope, in the next 5 years, I've, got to play some shows and play with some awesome artists and, just kind of make a name for myself, and the people around me that have helped get me to where I am. And, I would love to have my songs maybe covered even maybe by some bigger artists, maybe at one point in time. I don't know. But,
okay, I'm really going to put you on the spot. Do you think there's any chance whatsoever you could sing a little part for us?
Of what?
Any song you want.
Oh, wow. Okay, but that would be, I mean, do you have one in particular?
Sure, Baby, I Love You.
All right. I think my cat might want to help me here, or the cat in the studio. Okay, so let's see.
I mean, if you could do it, you could do it. If you can't, you can't. We respect you either way.
Either way it goes.
Oh, it's not that I can't do it. It's just,
So.
Like, I love you, my baby, baby. I love you. Yeah, I love you, my baby, baby, I love you. Is that right?
Wow.
There you go.
And the thing is, most people, yeah, exactly. Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
The thing is most people, they sound awesome on their track. Awesome. But in live, it's like their voice is totally different. Like, it's not the same. Like, they'll have, like, this really sweet and high-pitched voice, but when they sing in person, it's like they got this, like, deep toner voice. Like you don't. Wow, where's that voice coming from?
Your voice is like perfect. Your voice is like an angel. Your voice is definitely beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And Snow's back there saying you sounded good anyways.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you know, I just love to do what I love to do. I don't try to outdo anybody else, and you know, I have respect, a lot of respect for artists, even if they don't sound exactly like their, you know, what's on their album or whatnot. I mean, it takes guts to get out there and perform something that comes from you. You know what I mean?
I'm actually gonna say I was an asshole on that because I was just trying to see if it was really you or audio tune.
No, actually, most of our what you'll find out, the only thing that I've had auto tune on is ABC, and that's no joke.
Nice.
Because that seems to like ruin everybody nowadays. It seems like everybody can sing when actually half of them can't, and they're just using a program to pretend they can.
Right. You know, what I think is, you know, you get these young, good-looking artists, and, you know, they might not always, you know, be able to hit this note or that note, but, you know, if they can kind of hold a tune, and it makes them very marketable. You know what I mean? And that's kind of another reason why, you know, I like being an independent artist because, I mean, that's a whole other segment, a whole other story. But real quick, you know, the larger labels, you know, they have a tendency to push these younger artists out there, whether they can sing or not. And if they can dance, great. You know what I'm saying? That just makes it all the better. But it's really all about marketability, you know, and if you look good and you're cute or, you know, you've got hair that flips like Justin Bieber, then, you know, it's you kind of have a shot now in this day and age. But you're right. I mean, you know, you put them on there live, and they don't exactly sound the same. So, you know, I guess, I don't know. I guess your artist that can.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
I want to request that other song too.
She's done one. Don't put her on the spot twice.
Yeah, but I just want to see I just want to hear the Alanis Morissette rap. That was just badass.
Okay. The first part, I guess.
Yeah, do it.
All right.
Please.
All right.
Madame.
You don't get to see the side of me you should have known. That sweet motherfucking side is dead and gone. So while you're sitting on that high-ass throne, I will be looking to move the fuck on. Because you don't get the girl that once gave us shit. And you don't get to hit a boy, get off my tits. And I ain't got the time to bubba baby sit. You're controlling that emotion that make me feel like shit.
There you go.
Damn. You ain't getting this, so get off my tit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
It rhymes. You know what I mean?
Not only that, but it makes you think of, for every woman, it makes you think of every asshole she's ever dated in her life, you know? And wanting to say something like that to them.
I think a lot of women can relate to that. At least that's kind of what I was going for, you know? Kind of what I was going for, so.
Wow. That's a good one. I like that.
But once again, I like how she can just do it off the whim. There's some artists out there that, you know, they're good, but if you put any kind of, you know, pressure on them or distraction, like I had this one artist one time on the show when we first started, I accidentally called him while we were doing the show, and he was so focused on the phone and not on the show that he screwed up his own rhymes.
Hey, you know what?
Oh, no.
Hey, yeah, and the thing
Poor
is,
guy.
I mean, Tempo doesn't even sing in the shower, let alone sing in front of someone or sing on the radio. Or I can't do that. I can't sing in the shower. I really couldn't.
So you can sing on the radio, right?
Yeah, I could. Oh, yeah, I could rock out your.
Okay, ready?
stereo
Let's hear
speakers.
you. Go.
No, I got a frog in the throat.
Oh, boo.
No singing from Tempo.
Tempo's pulling the chicken with a C.
Taking what they see. No, hey, you know what? The thing is when we do our later show, Tempo gets a couple more beers in him. I still am on my first one. I may have to do a little singing. Why not?
If I think
Hey,
forget about it.
come on, man. It's just me. There's no pressure, you know?
We got about let's see, about 20,000 people listening, so I don't think we can.
Yeah, no, me either. I swear, if I sang, every dog in the neighborhood would be going, oh, oh, oh! They'd all start howling. I'm telling you, it's bad.
And then when I do it, she says like, "Shut the fuck up already."
Oh, come on. It couldn't be that bad.
Some people, you know, they've got that talent, that gift, and I think you are definitely one of them. And the fact that, you know, you really want to focus on the smaller things, and this is just me putting it into perspective, the smaller things in life, you know, and you're not exactly wanting, you know, that Beverly Hills, you know, 5,000 square foot house, you know, you're really looking towards the smaller things in life, and then, you know, going from there. So I think that's pretty cool about her.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to ask this. For anybody that's inspiring to be an artist or, you know, trying to come up, what advice would you give them just from all your background? And it doesn't even have to, I understand that you haven't been on tours, but according to your background, you've been in different performances, which are just as hard.
Yeah. Any advice that I could give to not just an artist, but anybody that, you know, wants to even learn to sing or learn to write or, you know, just be yourself and don't ever let anybody make you feel like you can't do something. And more than that, you know, don't lie to yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Because doubt, it brings you down, you know, and you'll never know if you don't try. You might screw it up. You might screw it up a lot. God knows I have. But if you don't try, you'll never know. So always take that chance. And don't doubt. Just do. That's all that I can say.
Tempo is now going to go home and try to sing the shower.
See? There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Don't doubt. Just do.
I'm gonna call it the shower track.
Awesome. Awesome. I look forward to hearing it.
And then if you listen to the show from time to time, you'll hear me sing or pretend to sing.
I would love to hear you pretend to sing.
Yeah, but hey, you know, and the thing is it has been a pleasure, you know, actually talking to you, and the music that you know I've heard is it. Like I say, once again, and it is. And Snow says it's really good. I mean, it's very good. But like I said, you know, it's got that sassiness to it. But it's like, don't fuck with her. She's serious. So it has been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, and then the next track, she rips it up with a freaking ballad. You know, it's that versatility.
But you know, isn't that a chick for you though? I mean, really, be honest. Aren't we just, you know, bitchy, rawr, and then like, love me, please, you know?
You know what? I can't agree or disagree, but I believe you've hit that on the head. You did. Snow sitting beside me. She's laughing. But yeah, you did nail it pretty good.
I mean, you know, because, you know, I've been there. You know, I am one. So I know how that feels.
But it's the versatility that however the fuck you say it, that, you know, really will make you stand out. When you can, the more you know, the better you are to people. And it really gives you so many different outlets that you can go in, so many different directions you can go.
I think so. That's why I try my best in everything that I do. You know, even if it's piss poor, it was the best that I could do at that point in time. And that's really my goal, is to just see where it goes. You know, I might go in the damn garbage. I don't know. But, you know, I'll never know until I try. And, you know, if I'm going to try, I'm going to try hard and give it my all. So, yeah, all different directions might take me wherever. But, I'd love to see what comes next.
In all reality, Beaver has a better chance of going in the trash than you. In all reality,
I agree.
yeah, I'm not a big Beaver fan. He's, hey, you know what? And I'm not gonna, be on the air here and just smash the guy. You know what? Good job, have at it, but try to stay out of trouble. I mean, you're still young.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, man. The media, they pick and choose what they love to publicize and just blow up in everybody's faces. And most of that shit is negative. And it's unfortunate that, the public kind of feed off of that, because that's kind of what's been, put into our minds since we, popped out of the womb.
Yeah.
People have a tendency to focus more on the negativity of things rather than the positive things.
And that is sad because, I mean, the negative stuff is what sells.
It is.
You turn the news on. I mean, you're not going to see anything where someone's praising someone for doing something good. It's always someone's done something bad.
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
They did the same thing with Miley Cyrus. They were broadcasting it everywhere. Oh, she's in the hospital because she's pregnant and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going, yeah, okay, sure, she's pregnant. Mm-hmm. She was pregnant. She was in the hospital for some kind of allergic reaction. I'm like, leave the poor girl alone. Let her get off her bra strap.
I feel that way too. I mean, really, when it comes right down to it, these celebrities, they're just people. They're people just like you and I. They put their pants on the same freaking way that we do. And if they don't, then they're just weird. But whatever. But yeah, people are people, and people have many different sides to them, and God knows, I'm the first to admit it. I have, a sane side, and then I have a crazy, scary bitch side. We
all do. We all have that side.
Yeah.
Hey, but one thing, I honestly didn't know what twerking was until she tried doing this, and then, it blew up. I don't even understand it. I guess it's like an art form of shaking your ass or popping it or like it's hot or whatever it is. It's a form, and everyone seems to be doing it except Tempo. Tempo can't sing.
Well, if you're a guy, you just do the Harlem Shake,
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna get some of those. Have you all seen those? Like, they got these. Not to get off subject, but real quick, they got these it's like boxers you put on, but it's for women, and they're like fake butts. Like butt pads or something.
What the fuck?
I swear, man. I saw an ad for it on YouTube there. I was like, what is this? So I looked it up.
But, I commend the person who created that, because in all reality, it's going to sell a bunch of, it's ridiculous, but ridiculous sells these days. So I got to give it to the guy, whoever engineered that,
Oh,
thank you.
All right, I'm going to bring back my famous question, and I'm going to, I haven't said this in a while.
Sure.
But do you think the world can or will change, or do you think we're all going to hell in a handbag?
Well, when it comes to heaven and hell, those are subjects that I don't really talk about, or maybe we can save that for a later segment. But I don't know. The way that I see it is, I think that there is potential to change in everybody, and that's a learned thing. I had to learn that too, because, there were times in my life when I thought, well, everything's going to be the same and it's all going to be shitty and, it's never going to get better. But then I realized that it was me that had to change my reaction to it. So, I do. I still have faith in people, I think that they all have potential. Everybody's got potential to do, right and wrong, and yeah.
I tell you what, in all reality, keep doing what you're doing, because it's working. That's the truth.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And if you sucked, you wouldn't be on here. We don't play things that suck.
No.
Oh, well.
And like I say, Tempo can't sing, so I'm not, slamming the people that have tried getting on, and we just couldn't accept them. But you're better than me, but
Aw.
there's a certain level that it has to be, in order to be on here. And I mean, even if you look at it, even to like cut a record, you gotta have some actual talent. Playing the spoons is a talent, but it's not a popular talent. So.
There you go.
It could be. Put it in the right form and fashion, and everybody will be playing spoons, I promise.
Tempo's going to go practice that, too. All right.
Yeah, I might come back with a spoon song. You never know.
We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this on the show later. Yeah. Yeah. Twerking, playing the spoons, and singing in the shower.
Right? I mean, hey, it just, it conspired to be the perfect song. You never know, You might come up with it.
Hey, how about that?
All right. Do you have any last words before we let you go? We'd love to keep you on forever, but I'm sure the audience are going to be like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right. I just want to say thanks for having me, and it's been a pleasure talking to all of you. And, good luck with your radio show. You guys sound definitely like you know what you're doing, and it humbles me that you wanted to speak to me. So, thank you.
And the thing is with Too Loco, we really try to get like the local artist. I mean, you don't have to be from Knoxville. You can be, and we've had people from like Chicago and Orlando and the West Coast as well. We really,
that's very cool.
Really like the local people, not the mainstream people, but just the local people. And like I say, you keep doing what you're doing. And in 5 years, I asked you this question. In 5 years, I do see this. I see her, well, I mean, famous, yeah. But I actually see it as though it's going to come through the speakers there in the car and like, wait a minute, I know this voice. Yep. And I mean, seriously, that's where I see her in 5 years. Really, I do.
I see you in 5 years having your names in lights and you'll have T-shirts and concerts and all kinds of stuff out there. And I'll be, hey, I know her. She came on our show. It humbles us to know that you came on our show because we really enjoy having you.
Backstage pass for Tempo.
Oh, heck yeah. That's a given. I'll always involve you guys.
Maybe in the future, you can get you and your producer and everybody come down and do a live performance or whatever.
Oh my God, that would be fantastic. I would love to do that. I'm sure he would too. That would be excellent.
Like I say before, it has been a pleasure talking to you, and you keep doing what you do. And in 5 years, I really see you doing a lot.
Well, thank you guys so much. It means a lot, especially
totally honored.
Here, somebody like me, little old me here.
Got to start somewhere, and that's the thing. You've already started, and you're on that path. So once again, it has been a pleasure. You have yourself a good night. Ray, go ahead.
Yeah, it's been an honor, and I'm, glad that you wanted to come on here. I'm glad that we actually, could reschedule and get you on here, and that everything, worked out grand. I wish that you could have got your people to join, because I'm sure you would have had a better time on your end, but it is what it is, and we're just...
Oh, no, I'm happy to be on here, I'm sorry, go ahead. Whether they're here or not, I'm just happy to do it. And thank you for dealing with my crazy schedule because, yeah, I do a lot.
There we go. All right. Well, like I say, you have yourself a good night there, and hey,
will do. And you all, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure, and you guys do the same.
All right. Well, you have yourself a good night.
All righty, I will. And you too.
All right, bye.
All right, and be sure to listen to our show. Take care.
I will.
You don't get to see give a shit. And you don't get to hit it, boy, get off my tits. And I ain't got the time to babysit. You're controlling nice emotions that made me feel like shit. You know, oh so strong. Hanging by the rope that you've been stringing me on. But it's over now, I'm leaving. See ya, bye-bye. Cause you're worse than Miley's sweat, and it's my turn to fly. Now I ain't got the time to spit these wicked rhymes and waste my energy, cause your ass ain't worth a dime. Cause we should've moved together like a pop and lock. We should've grown together like our being and stock. We could've fit together like a time and clock, like a board and shock, like the moon and walk. I should've been proud to call you my friend. You should've been standing with me at the very end. But this is how it ends, boy, and I cannot pretend. Boy, my heart you did offend. Boy, my heart is not for rent, boy. No, you don't. You don't get to. No, it's wrong. You don't get to. You don't get to. You don't get to see the side of me you should have known. No, you don't get to. No, you don't get to. You don't get to see the sweet side instead and go. Like a board and shock, like the moon and walk. I should have been proud to call you my friend. You should have been standing with me at the very end. But this is how it ends, boy, and I cannot pretend. Boy, my heart you did offend. Boy, my heart is not for rent, boy. Boy, you don't get to. No, it's wrong. You don't get to. You don't get to. You don't get to see the side of me you should have known. No, you don't get to. No, you don't get to. Oh, it's not gonna work out now, babe. So you may as well just hit the door.